Good morning, I'm Angelo Castro III.
I'm Angela and we are the
Happy
Castros.
Friday, everyone. It's one more day and pahinga na for most. Kasi may mga ibang tao may trabaho naman on a Saturday. And
But
since it's a Friday, we are joined by...
Of course, Buddha's Belly. Oo, meron tayo...
Okay, game. Ano ba ito?
Dim sum platter.
Ito, this one is a dim sum platter.
Oo, of course, you have Yang Chow Classic with egg.
Yan, itong dalawa.
Asado, sweet and sour spare ribs.
Here.
Tsaka beef balls.
And
hakaw and my favorite buchi.
ever-favorite buchi.
Thank you so much kay Marjorie.
And lahat ng mga viewers natin, thank you for joining us for the entire week. We have one more episode to go. Abangan nyo kung ano yung mga nasa top natin.
Oo, ang dami kasi mga pangyayari actually this whole week. Information overload na ako.
Parang non-stop ang pagpasok ng mga balita at kwento.
Diba? Tapos today pa yung 8th anniversary ng decision ng permanent ng The Hague ruling.
The Hague ruling on the West Philippine Sea.
Arbitral. Sa West Philippine Sea.
Yung arbitral ruling natin.
Yes, mamaya pag-usapan natin yan. Pero mamaya rin pag-uusapan natin yung designated survivor.
The show?
The show or yung sinabi ni
sinabi
ni Vice President Sara Duterte.
Madaming pag-uusapan but we're serving you news in a countdown.
All that before your second cup of coffee. This is Brunch.
Let's begin our countdown with the country's new candidate for sainthood, Filipina catechist Lorena Franco, or more commonly known as Caloring, could be the third Filipino saint. Pasig Bishop Milo Vergara says the Vatican cleared the way for an inquiry into the cause for sainthood of Caloring. At least 2 miracles for those who prayed for the late catechist must be attributed to Caloring. Caloring served at St. Michael Parish in Taguig City as a catechist before succumbing to ovarian cancer in 2011 at age 75.
Wow.
Madaming open the case for sainthood, tapos number of miracles, then meron beatification.
After canonization.
Canonization already. Each level, may mga iba-ibang stories silang imbestigahan on anong miracle ang impact. Anong miracle meron, anong impact sa tao, anong veracity ng miracle, how many people has she touched. And then yun, pwede i-beatify, pwede i-canonize.
Saka the fact na inopen ng Vatican yung investigation on this or yung pag-check, 'di ba, kung yung maraming mga miracles na naitala under her or yung sinabi mo kanina ay magandang na yun anong tawag doon, yung
good sign.
Good sign na yun na nakikita, na may nakikita ang Vatican on this, 'di ba? So if ever na let's say for example nga medyo mahaba-haba nga yung magiging proseso nito, she will be the third, if ever, na...
San Lorenzo Ruiz ang una.
Filipino saint.
First is San Lorenzo Ruiz, who was a martyr.
Yes.
Second is...
Pedro
Calungsod, oo. And is possibly the third. But at least the Vatican has made it clear before na just because hindi nag-qualify for sainthood, it does not mean naman na
fake or hindi.
That's right. Na fake or kaya they put aside yung kabutihan na nagawa. No. It's just that sainthood category kasi you become
stricto proseso.
You became a patron of something, di ba? Like Saint Jude, patron of impossible causes, di ba? Or you have Saint Clare of television, di ba? May naka-assigned na specific advocacies ng isang saint na ina-assign ng church.
Saint Francis, di ba, for animals?
Animal, Saint Francis of Assisi.
Chinecheck ko nga ito si Caloring. Chinek ko, sabi pala dito, siya yung Franco was one of only 2 women in the entire Archdiocese of Manila authorized to distribute Holy Communion. Diba? Kasi usually, di ba, lalaki yung pinapag-distribute. Either the priest or yung kanyang mga...
Hindi ko siya naabutan.
2011 she was born 1936.
Yeah, but 2011 daw, she died. So that means she was still active years before that, di ba? Anyway, madami pa pag-uusapan. Let's move on with the countdown.
Placing 9th in our countdown is the quest for the Olympic gold. Filipino boxers Nesty Petesio and Ira Villegas are currently under the guidance of Atlanta 1996 Olympian boxer Reynaldo Galido. The former Olympian shared his journey from the ring to coaching our bets for the Paris Olympics. From Metz, France, Carlo Pamintuan with the report.
The last time the Philippines was able to qualify 5 boxers to the Olympic Games was back in Atlanta, 1996. And now one of the teammates of silver medalist Mansueto Onyok Velasco is currently working with the squad as one of their coaches.
Yung yun. Ganun namang laro yun ng Turkey, ganun na yung bakbakan sila yung talaga eh. Tututos lang dalawa eh.
Reynaldo Galido competed in the light welterweight division in the 1996 Olympics. Unfortunately, he had a very early meeting with world number 1 and eventual silver medalist Oktay Urkel of Germany that caused him to drop out of the tournament early.
Actually, alam mo, ang lungkot-lungkot nung natalo ako eh. Kasi nung time yan, number 2 ako sa world. Siya naman, number 1. Kami kagad naglaban. So, hindi na sinuwerte. Ganun talagang laro eh, boxing eh. Hindi na talaga kung di sa'yo, hindi talaga sa'yo lungkot. Alam mo, nanukula ka lang sa dagdag mo. Kulang sa doon ko na sa kilid eh. Nahuli mo na siya, pero kulang sa dagdag na suntok.
Galido would not get a chance to compete in the Olympics again, as he suffered a shoulder injury in the qualifiers to Sydney 2000. But he would find his way back into the quadrennial event as one of the Philippine boxing team's coaches.
Pero sa akin, napakaswerte, napakasaya ko din dahil siyempre, during my time, 5 kami nung nakapasok at the same time, ang plug bearer ngayon sa atin din na boxing din. Yung time yan, ako rin ang plug bearer ng 1986 Olympic ngayon. Parang feel ko na rin na nakasama pa rin ako sa ganito, at least nandito. Parang kasama nga talaga ako.
Right now, their squad is split into 2 groups, and the assignment is to help out Nesty Petesio and Ira Villegas. Galido will always be proud of their 1996 squad that went home with an Olympic silver. But he knows that this current group could build on the most successful Olympic campaign of the country in the upcoming Paris Games. From Nets France, Carlo Paminduan.
Okay.
Oo. Muli ang ating pagbati and of course ang ating pagdasal. Siyempre, good luck dun sa ating
Good
mga
luck.
delegado dyan sa Paris Olympics.
Okay, let's move on to the next. Some sad news at the 8th spot. Rescuers are still looking for 2 elementary students swept away by rampaging floods that hit 4 Bangsamoro towns on Tuesday. Authorities identified the missing persons as siblings Sheila and Ella Abdullah. They were swept away by the flood water that destroyed their house in Balabagan, Lanao del Sur. Around 10,000 villagers in 4 Bangsamoro towns were affected by rampaging floods. Hundreds of semi-permanent houses and swaths of agricultural lands were destroyed due to recurring torrential rains. Local agencies are currently facilitating relief missions for the residents affected by the calamity.
2 bata yan na magkapatid. Pero habang busy yung mga government officials natin dito sa pamumulitika dito sa Metro Manila, yan ang nangyayari ngayon sa BARMM, sa BARM. 10,000 villagers yung affected po dyan.
Dami yan.
At yun nga, may 2 pang hinahanap na bata dahil nasama sila, naanod sila nung flood
Parang
water eh.
makakalungkot lang kasi sa dami ng issue na lumalabas ngayon.
Yes.
Na parang natatabunan yung
Ito,
pangangailangan nila.
This
This is very important. Buti it's in our countdown.
Yes.
Natatabunan yung nangyayari sa kanila. But we have to remind
Naghahanda
them.
yung mga tao dun sa Sona, 20 million pesos. O ito nga, BARM. Diba? Natutulungan ba natin? Although, of course, yung mga regional office doon, yung
They're there
local
naman.
government nandoon, ha?
But they
We're
need
not
help also.
setting that aside. But of course, they need help din sa
Diba?
national
Meron ng
government.
daddy hero, di ba yung hero
Oo,
daddy
oo,
na
oo.
liligtas yung bata pero siya hindi na nag-survive. Ayun.
So, yan yung ano ko lang, yung point ko, di ba? So, patuloy tayong kukuha ng mga updates dyan and hopefully sana nga makita na yung 2 nawawala pa na
Yes.
inanod nga ng baha.
Okay.
Alright, coming up, Vice President Sara Duterte appoints herself as the so-called designated survivor.
And the lawyer of fugitive Apollo Quiboloy says his client may have flown out to China already.
Yun ang
Yan ang sinasabi ko kung totoo yan.
Diba? Oh.
Init ng ulo. Ayan, nakatakas na. Ang bagal kasi kumilos.
Mamaya, pag-usapan na yan. Hold your horses. Tama ba yun?
Wala naman horse. There's no horse.
Pag-uusapan natin yan because we are just getting started, mga kapatid. Hulaan niyo po kung ano yung magiging number 1 natin ngayon sa ating countdown. More of our top 10 news when brunch returns.
Keep it here on One
News. Thursday, happy Friday
Happy
po sa
Friday.
inyo. Napakarami natin pag-uusapan today. But of course, thank you muna sa Budas Bell.
Kay Marjorie.
Para po sa ating pagkain for
Kay
today.
Ate Marjorie Tan.
At ito
Thank
kasi,
you.
nangako din ako, babatiin ko lang ng happy birthday si Tita Esther Silvestre Abaya.
Oy,
At saka
happy
iba pang
birthday.
mga senior fans natin, si Floser Enrico, Flor Ibarra, Chining Articona, Rose Bonifacio, Rosie Tobias Early Baut.
Fans tayo.
Oo. So mamaya magbabati pa tayo, pero syempre, let's continue muna with our countdown. The Court of Appeal has Bamban Mayor's bank accounts and personal assets. The Laundering Council, or AMLAC, filed a petition against Go and 2 other individuals allegedly bank accounts in 14 financial institutions, several real estate properties, and high-value personal properties, including a helicopter. AMLAC said the freeze order aims to prevent the investigations and legal proceedings continue. Now to tell us, so yan nga, no, lumabas yan kagabi itong Court of Appeals sa decision na sinasabi nga nila na i-freeze
Assets.
itong assets ni Mayor, or suspended Mayor Alice
To prevent
Guo.
the dissipation of assets kasi
Yes.
baka mag-liquidate siya or yun ang sabi nila.
Yun
ha?
sa AMLAC.
Yun sa
Pero
AMLAC.
if I'm not mistaken, parang alam ko merong basehan, although this is parang lalo na public official siya, dapat may transparency, etc. No? So eto,
Linawin na lang natin
linawin natin yun. To tell us more about this, we have Attorney Stephen David on the line.
Good
ang
morning.
lawyer po ni suspended Mayor Alice Guo.
Good morning, attorney. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Boss Diego and Ma'am Angela.
Yes, attorney, first and foremost, of course, we'd like to get your reaction po on the Court of Appeals decision on freezing the suspended mayor's assets po.
Well, ganun ginagawa naman talaga ng AMLA yan na mag-file sila ng mga court para ngayon as EPO. So, actually, hindi naman kami na-surpresa dyan. Kaya lang, wala pa akong comment dyan. Ngayon ko lang umaga nalaman na file na yan sa court.
So in the absence po, kung hindi po nyo na masyado nakita, no, ano po ang plan nyo after this order?
Siyempre, pagka nakita natin yan, bubusisiin natin ng isa't isa yung mga properties na yan kung sa pa dapat talaga yan ng freeze order. Kasi baka naman hindi na sa kanya yan, di ba? Kasi
Yes,
kagaya sa Senate hearing, kagaya ng helicopter, 2019 pa niya yung naibenta. Yung ibang mga ari-ari, matagal na naibenta. Kawawa naman yung mga bumili.
Yes,
So mas maganda, mabusisi natin yan.
Attorney, can you educate us po on the legality of this court order in terms of publishing this?
Ayun ang talaga mali. Kasi una-una, ang AMLA is subject pa rin sa provision ng Data Privacy Act. Yung mga ganyan, mga sensitive informations, hindi yan dapat dinidivulge sa public. Kasi masyadong controversial sa isang tao na alam ng buong mundo yung assets nila. Nila yan eh. So kaya meron tayong batas. Kung man ilalabas yan, dapat hindi sa public at dapat may guidelines yan ng korte. May mga order. Hindi yung basta-basta mo na lang ilalabas yan. Anong purpose mo doon? Para saan yun? Pwede kang makasuhan doon ng breach ng
I'm sorry, attorney, nawala po kayo. Pwede pong kasuhan ng breach of?
Pwede breach of privacy
Okay.
act, breach of the privacy act ng isang tao. Kung maglalabas ka ng mga sensitive information sa kanya under the Data Privacy Act, pwede makasuhan criminal at civil. Kaya dapat yung mga kaibigan natin sa pagdidivulge ng mga ganyang information. Hindi porke public official ka, pwede mo lang kahit na government ka, kahit na private ka, may limitations yan. Dapat sumunod tayo.
So, lilawin ko lang po, no? So, even if it public official po, lalo nga po ito si Mayor Bamban, na government official po siya, hindi po siya exempted po sa ganon? Para po for transparency ng ito po, ng mga dokumento?
May karapatan pa rin ka. Ikaw, kahit government official ka, may karapatan ka pa rin sa iyong private life. Hindi porke taga-gobyerno ka, pwede nang halongkatin ng lahat ng tao yung assets mo. Paano kung kung may mag-isip sa'yo na hindi maganda. Kung halimbawa sabi mo, ay, gusto kong makita yung ano nyo, yung assets nyo, para ano. Kailangan merong legitimate purpose. Kailangan meron kang court order. Meron kang legal reason. Bakit mo ginagawa yon? Bilang government, diba, dapat may gano'n. Hindi yung basta mo na lang nananahimik yung tao tapos ipapublish mo sa headline news yung mga assets ng isang tao. Saka yan, hindi lang naman si Mayor ang inaan nila, pati yung mga private persons na kasama niya, di ba?
So, having said that, as a remedy nga po, sabi nyo kanina, magpa-file po kayo ng motion once makita nyo na po itong dokumento na ito. But aside from that, what else, ano pa po ang mga dapat po ninyong gawin? Ano mga susunod nyo pong hakbang?
Well, siyempre magkakaroon ng sagutan sa Court of Appeals. Magkakahiring, haharapin natin lahat yung mga ebidensya nila na binabato laban kay Mayor Alice. Yan naman ang trabaho. Rule of law.
Taking this opportunity na rin po, attorney, no, to ask you regarding ito pong supposedly itong Senate po mag-order po ng arrest order kay Bamban na Mayor Alice Go dahil po sa hindi niya sipot po sa hearing.
Well, ina-expect natin yan kasi nga hindi mo sinunod. Meron silang ganyang authority. So, although ako naman as a lawyer, umakyat tayo sa Supreme Court para nga yung propriety o yung need niya, effectiveness niya na maging resource person. Kasi, Boss Diego, Mama Angela, hindi naman siya accused di ba? Resource person. So, kaya siya nire-required magsalita.
Yes.
Ay, para magsalita. Ang problema, pinailan siya ng mga kaso. So, ano nga yan na pwede niya sabihin na hindi siya ma-incriminate? Under the Constitution, protektado siya dapat ng right against self-incrimination. So, hindi na siya, kung ako yung Senate, hindi ko na siya i-require mag-appear kasi hindi na siya effective.
Yeah.
Diba?
Pero,
yung right against self-incrimination, wala ka na makukuha sa kanya.
Oo. Attorney, paano po pag wala pa pong sagot ang Korte Suprema doon po sa inyong final na TRO, if I'm not mistaken, dito po sa summon sa kanya ng Senate, tapos dumating na po yung araw ng hearing, will you advise your client to attend?
Oo naman, lagi ko naman siyang ina-advise na mag-abide by the rule of law, no? Yung kaya lang ang problema kasi yung emotional condition. Parang hindi niya kaya, hindi masasaklap nararamdaman yung pakiramdam niya sa hindi naman may stress sa ganyan pinaharap, diba? Sinong taong hindi may stress sa ganyan?
Alright.
Hindi kasi gusto ko lang kamustahin din si bago natin pakawalan si attorney. Kamustahin po namin si Mayor Go. Kailan niyo po siya huling nakausap?
2 days ago, nagkausap kami, pero traumatized siya Lagi nga siya umiiyak. Tsaka, hindi talaga maganda yung physical condition niya dahil nga sa mga stress na pinagsisigawan ka ba naman sa Senate at sina-cyberbully ka, nila-libel ka, pastor ka, binubulat-lat na ng private life mo. Sino naman tao ang hindi matutraumatize sa ganyan?
All right. With that, thank you very much, Attorney Stephen David, for joining us this morning on Brunch. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, okay, Boss Diego and Mama Angela.
That was
Attorney David.
Attorney Stephen David.
Legal counsel of suspended Mayor Alice Go.
Oo. So wala pa sa kanyang kamay yung dokumento ng desisyon ng Court of Appeals. But of course, ano naman din talaga ang dapat gawin nila, 'di ba? Mag-file ng motion,
That's
etc.
right.
Okay. Sige, at mahaba-haba pa tong
Correct.
usapin na to tungkol dito kay Alice Go. But of course, sabi nga natin, marami tayong dapat pag-usapan today. Let's continue with our countdown.
Coming in at the 6th spot, the Justice Department orders to conduct autopsies on all dead inmates. The DOJ entered an agreement with University of the Philippines, Manila and United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime that aims to conduct forensic examinations on custodial deaths. This is their way to strengthen procedures in investigating the deaths of inmates. Prior to this, autopsies were only conducted when family members suspect suspect foul play as the cause of death of a prisoner.
Oo, kasi if you can remember during the COVID-19 pandemic,
Yeah.
ang daming mga namatay, and then kung hindi lang nag-question yung, I think yung kaanak nung isang namatay doon, ay hindi ma-autopsy yung mga certain PDL na yon.
Ang dami rin issues about accused.
Oo.
Oh, 'di ba? And may nagkwento na isang inmate na hindi nagpakilala na sinasabi sometimes some inmates die pero hindi naman
Hindi
daw
naman
hinarta.
pala,
Inano
oo.
nila asphyxiation daw, nilalagyan ng bag sa ulo, hindi na makahinga, magsa-stop na lang yung heart. So, I think this is to remedy the situation na puro haka-haka. So at least when somebody dies,
Yun na
meron
yung
na tayong
SOP.
may SOP, may finding na tayo,
Yun na
ano ba talaga ang kinamatay.
Oo, kasi maganda rin ito kasi alam ko nasabi rin to ni Dr. Raquel
Fortun.
Fortun, yung ating kilalang forensic doctor, di ba?
Our only.
Our only. Oo, pero yun nga sinasabi rin niya para din daw ma-check yung mga preventable deaths, no? Kasi nakita daw nila parang recently also na yung ibang mga namamatay, mostly namamatay due to tuberculosis. Alam naman natin nagagamot na ang tuberculosis, pero nakakahawa siya.
Sometimes kasi walang symptoms or it can mimic a simple cough.
So, di ba? So, maraming mga exposed doon, etc. So, this is also one way to combat that, yung mga preventable diseases, di ba? Kung merong may namatay dito sa loob ng bilibid na to ng ganitong sakit, i-check nyo na lahat ng di ba? Pagamot nyo na lahat ng na-expose.
Sana i-check nila habang buhay.
Ayun lang.
Matintayin pa nila mamatay.
Hindi kasi di ba may namatay, tapos nakita, ano yung cause of death niya? So ngayon, check na nila
Kasi
ngayon, yung exposed, magagamot
Hindi,
na.
sabi ko kasi it mimics a cough. Kung may cough ka, i-check nyo na kung may tuberculosis. Kasi that's the common sickness naman sa loob ng isang
Yes.
crowded facility.
Oo.
Okay.
Alright,
Next.
let's continue. Today, July 12 marks the 8th anniversary of the arbitral ruling which rejected China's territorial claim in the West Philippine Sea. But yesterday, China reaffirmed its objection to the ruling. According to a report, Beijing says the tribunal ignored China's position and ruled on sovereignty over the islands and reefs in violation of the basic of prudence and self-discipline. On the same day, the Armed Forces of the Philippines confirmed the presence of China's carrier strike group in our waters. AFP spokesperson Francel Padilla says they are concerned over the deployment. According to the U.S. Naval Intelligence, this is the first time this year that the aircraft carrier has been spotted outside of the South China Sea. 8 years na ito ay pinag-uusapan natin kanina
8
ng
years
opening
na,
ng
bilis.
Brunch. 8 years na pala yung since the decision nga ng permanent
Yes,
court of-
because I think the decision came out close to before or after na-proclaim si President Duterte. It was right at that time, around that time.
Oo. So, this is the first time nga na somebody, di ba, a nation
Yeah.
has challenged China over its maritime
And we
claims.
succeeded.
And we succeeded.
And we gained a lot of praise from other countries for doing that.
International community.
Yes.
It's just that nag-die down yung, kumbaga, ang tawag doon yung climactic na yung panalo natin di ba? Tapos biglang lumubog dahil nga after nun, yun na yung pagpasok naman ng Duterte administration.
Yes, because
and we all know naman what happened during
China-centric,
the Duterte
mas friendly.
towards?
Mas friendly towards China yung mga policy Duterte. So, madami nagsasabi natin sa Hague, yung arbitral ruling, hindi masyadong na-maximize yung potential na sanang pwedeng gamitin in leveraging negotiations with China. We could have used this to nations right away. Diba? Pero apparently kasi when PRRD came into power, madami siyang inaaway na Western countries. So maybe hindi natin na-maximize yun at that point.
Oo. So, yun nga, reiterate ko lang, yung sinasabi rin ng China na ito kanilang policy, no, as a government, ay yung non-participation and non-acceptance of this ruling, that they would never recognize this ruling ever. So, which is, yun naman din talagang nararanasan ngayon. Nakita naman natin, diba, increasing of presence ng Chinese Coast Guard or itong China carriers over the West Philippine Sea or Philippine waters rather. And other issues pa, diba, surrounding our claim over the West Philippine Sea.
Okay, let's move on to the next. Coming in hot at the fourth spot is the Davao City Police. Davao City Mayor Baste Duterte questioned the Philippine National Police or PNP after the agency changed the city times yesterday. Police Colonel Lito Patay only lasted as a Davao City first before he was replaced by Colonel Sherwin Butil in the afternoon. However, Butil was also relieved from the post within the day. Police Colonel over his position. Davao City Mayor could not help but think this move is politically motivated. This is normal procedure.
This is not really limited sa Davao City. Medyo siguro because of the some of political issues na kanahaluan po ng kulay po ito. But we want to assure everyone na this is far from reality yung nangyayari po na sinasabi nga. Dinudugtong po itong mga nangyayari po sa Davao because of the current political issues.
Nangyayari nga yan.
Normal nga na may mga reshuffling, pero...
Nangyayari nga yan, but not hours apart. And tatlong chief in one day. So I have to agree with si Mayor Baste Duterte. Parang ano nangyayari? I'm not saying it's politically motivated, but I'm saying that there's something happening.
Wala bang, anong tawag yun? Due diligence
Baka
diba?
may problema ba kayo in terms of moral sa loob ng Davao City Police? The mere fact na nagpapalit kayo every hour?
Ito, final na to.
Kasi, di ba, historically naman, napapalitan yan after weeks or days.
Yes.
But anong nangyayari kasi, may candidates na vet na yan. And for sure, by the time na bago pa ma-appoint yung next, meron na yung succession list na possible. So, tinitignan na nila ano ang magiging issue dito, ano yung pros and cons of each candidate. Hindi ba nila nakikita to? Ano ba ang lumitaw na information on the day kay Patay pa lang na-appoint? After Patay, si Butil. Palitan natin si Butil na lang. Oy,
ay, mali pala.
Mali pala. Not naman,
wala nga
not that
due
fast.
diligence na yung sinasabi.
But in fairness, si Colonel, I think Colonel Marantan, no? Or si Chief Marantan, may maganda naman siyang record.
Marbil. Ay, sino ba? Ito yung papalit.
Sa Davao.
Sa
Maganda ang record naman niya. We all know him kasi he's been vocal in speaking out before on certain yung mga crime issues nila.
Kaya nga nahahaluan ng politika dahil itong si for Lito Patay, for instance, 'di ba siya yung kino-question
sa batasan.
Dahil siya yung head sa batasan, 'di ba, over drug.
Hindi, bakit din nila in-appoint kaagad si Marantan? Right away. But may dalawa pang nauna.
Due diligence ang ano dyan. Tinitignan. Pero kasi before, nagkaroon din ng issue. Talaga naman nangyayari yung mga reshuffling and also yung pagtatalaga ng mga PNP chief. Naging issue din yan during the Duterte administration naman. Dahil talagang parang sinusunod supposedly ni former President Rodrigo Duterte yung seniority. Kasi before, di ba, kunyari, may magre-retire na PNP chief. In 6 months, hindi na siya pwede kasi mag-retire na siya in 6 months. So, kukunin mo na lang yung mas yung
But this naman ang pumalit. So, nagkaroon po tayo ng tatlo in 3 days and see, of course, Mayor Baste questioned this because alam naman natin may rift between the Duterte family and the Marcos family.
Yes, tapos yung usapin pa ng ICC. Usapin pa
na ICC and parating na ang midterm elections.
Yun.
And the three Duterte said that they were not the three, but VP Sara said the three Dutertes would run for the Senate.
Nako, marami tayong huntahan. Marami tayong kuda tungkol dyan. Pero syempre, let's move on. Kuda. Mga talk. Kuda.
Don't understand.
Maraming kuda. Ay, taray. English speaking siya. Pero ito na po, let's continue with our countdown. One of the 5 co-accused of Apollo Quiboloy has been arrested in Davao City. Meanwhile, authorities are verifying reports that the pastor has already flown out to China. Here's the report.
Authorities have yet to locate Pastor Apollo Quiboloy, who is wanted for trafficking and child sexual abuse. In an interview, one of Quiboloy's legal counsel says the pastor could be in China already, but the lawyer could not confirm this. But the National Police believes that Quiboloy is still in the Philippines.
As we speak po, naniniwala po tayo na there are indication at na nandito pa naman po yung mga hinahanap natin. There is also a possibility na dumaan po siya sa backdoor, pero lahat po yan ay bine-verify pa po natin.
Recall that former President Rodrigo Duterte said he knew where the pastor is hiding, but he did not reveal where as it was a secret. According to his former spokesperson, Salvador Panelo, Duterte was just joking. But the PNP calls on the public to take Quiboloy's cases seriously.
Mga ganito po na na seryosong mga bagay po ay sana po ay hindi po natin ginagawang biro. Wag po nating kalimutan na yung kabilang parte po na sumisigaw po ng hustisya, may mga batang allegedly, di umano, ay minolestya at naging subject for trafficking.
The police also defended the DILG's move to put up a 10 million peso reward for Quiboloy's arrest.
We have to also remember, this is not the first time ay private citizen ay nag-offer po ng reward. Alam po natin, pag may mga heinous crimes, even yung mga families po ng victim na mga civilian po ay nag-o-offer po.
Vice President Sara Duterte, who is a known friend of Quiboloy, agreed to this.
So right man na siguro sa ato ang gobyerno and sa DILG nga magpagawas og rewards para sa mga wanted na mga tao kanang mga dunay warrant of arrest.
President Marcos earlier called on Quiboloy to come out and face his charges.
Okay, so itong nahuli si Pauline Canada. No?
Canada name niya?
Oo, Pauline Canada. And she was arrested at Barangay Buhangin, no? Emily Home Subdivision, yesterday at 2 p.m.
Okay.
So, ito yung isa sa mga co-accused niya, no? So, magkakaroon daw ng press conference this morning. Ewan ko, baka ongoing na, hindi ako sure, pakicheck nga natin kung ongoing na. Ito nga sila, Interior Secretary Benhur Abalos, and of course, si PNP Chief General Romel Marbil.
A lot of leads are coming in also. Where about the Apollo Quiboloy. It's just that they have to verify kasi sa dami, hindi mo alam kung ano yung prank dyan. Ano yung,
Tapos, sinabi ng lawyer niya, baka daw pumunta. Lawyer yung nagsabi?
Baka ang word. Word is baka. Pero PNP thinks otherwise. Pero may possibility kasi,
May
alam mo naman.
possibility yan. May
since
mga backdoor channel.
Nasa Davao ka, alam mo there's a backdoor through the southern corridor. Diba? Na pwede siyang umalis. Pero, ever since nagkaroon ng mga issue warrant kay Quiboloy, the PNP was already supposedly watching him already.
Right.
Oo.
Tapos, idagdag ko lang yung mga nakikita ko sa social media. 'Di ba? Yung mga joke ng mga tao kasi nga 10 million, nagme-message sila daw supposedly kay Quiboloy, sinasabi nila from ano po ito, yung kunyari shipping company, ano pong exact location nyo, may i-deliver lang po kung parcel.
Meron isa pa aside yung sinabi mo yung Grab daw yung french fries daw niya malamig na.
Oo. Saan po kayo exactly?
Para maibigay yung refund daw.
May matataba utak ng mga Pilipino. Pero this is a very serious case. So,
at sinabi ni Colonel Jean, di ba, wag dito biro-biro. Kasi kasabi ni Attorney Sal Panelo, nagjo-joke lang si Pangulong Duterte.
Secret daw, alam niya kung nasaan.
It's so, how ang bilis mag-shift ng balance of power. Noon kasi amo nila si Pangulong Duterte. Ngayon, you see the spokesperson saying, hindi to biro.
Hindi to biro, oo.
Pero when he was president, panay ang biro niya.
Okay lang yan.
Okay lang yan.
Don't
Let's
take
understand
life
him.
seriously.
That's Visayan humor, di ba? So, anyway, don't go away because we're not done yet. May dalawa pa tayo. Stay with us. Welcome back. You're still watching Brunch here on One News. Good morning kay Gary Fields, Pokemon Go, kay Vlad, kay Hinel, sa lahat ng
Ralph
viewers,
Domingo.
Ralph Domingo, sa lahat ng mga viewers na may nagko-comment sa atin. Maraming salamat. Si Alex Fuentes, maraming salamat sa mga sticker niya.
Oo. Ito, sticker niya. Ito yung sa YouTube, si Oscar, si Mark Santiago, Ronald Maxtay, si Noel Calayan, at saka si Anig Villa, Gary Ko. Yan ang mga ano natin dito naman sa sa YouTube.
Alright. Okay, let's go. Coming in at the second spot, former presidential spokesperson Harry Roque defends himself amid allegations related to illegal pogo. In an interview with Radyo 5, Roque denied any involvement in a raided pogo hub in Porac, Pampanga. Roque said he never served as a legal counsel to any pogo company, including Lucky South 99. This is contrary to PAGCOR's findings that Roque served as legal head of the pogo hub. But Roque clarified that his client was Whirlwind Corporation, which he said was just a service provider to Lucky South 99.
Pero ang Whirlwind po, hindi po siya pogo operator. Siya po yung nagpapaupa doon sa Lucky South 99 na siyang merong lisensya dati ng pogo at siya rin po ang service provider.
Kaya lang daw nagka-mistake, sabi ni Attorney Harry Roque. It's just during the time na nagkaka-pleadings tsaka sa mga regarding yung Whirlwind, siya daw humaharap for Whirlwind. So people mistook him also for representing Lucky South because yung paghaharap ng mga Whirlwind sa mga pleadings kasi was also for or on behalf of service provider for Lucky, yung Lucky South ba?
Yes, Lucky South 99.
Lucky South. So, but he was representing Whirlwind Corporation daw, and ang trabaho ng Whirlwind is not only real estate but service provider to Lucky South.
Oo. So he tagged nga yung di ba, dun sa kanyang Facebook post.
He tagged several entities from Rappler, UNTV, and Tayo.
One News.
One News. He tagged us for saying that. But in fairness naman sa One News, we just quoted lang naman whatever was been said by other agencies, di ba? So wala naman assumptions.
Kasi during, di ba, naglabas ng press release ang PAGCOR saying na merong ex-government official facilitating license ng Pogo. Tapos, syempre, doon sa mga interviews, ganun din.
Ganun ang kineri.
But apparently, when Chairman Tenko ng PAGCOR came out sa Senate hearing the other day, if I'm not mistaken, ang pagkakasabi niya ay assisted at hindi naman nag-facilitate at nakiusap ng maayos.
Hindi namilit.
Oo.
So, sana yung PAGCOR naman, before they spoke like that, Huwag na kayo magsalita until he came out kasi ang daming naglalabasan na statement.
Even that, hindi yan talaga yung sinasabi ng ex-government official. Pero we don't know yet. But ito, one thing is for sure, may tinex sinabi ni Attorney Harry Roque sa Philippine Star na siya po ay pupunta sa Senate hearing. Yun ang sabi niya, I will be there. Yan po ay siguro kung
to answer questions,
siya ay maimbitahan na formally, di ba? Maimbitahan ng Senate hearing dito nga sa usapin na.
Kasi si Senator Rizon Tiveros may clarificatory questions because PAOK said naman they are definitely sure na hindi lang daw Whirlwind ang rinepresent ni Harry. Sabi ng PAOK yun ha, hindi po kami nagsabi nun. Nililinaw ko lang. Sabi, so we're airing both sides, all sides, all the time.
Yes, totoo yan. So tingnan natin kung kailan yung next Senate hearing dahil nga abangan natin si
sagot ni Harry Roque.
Harry Roque dyan dun sa mga accusations sa kanya na siya daw ay lawyer din ng Lucky South, hindi lang ng Whirlwind. Yun ang sinasabi ng Senate. Pero tignan natin, di ba? Sabi naman niya ay he will be there. But of course, medyo cambio tayo ng konti sa usapin ng Pogo. Dahil ito po, alamin natin ang ating magiging top story for today. Our top story for today is Vice President Sara Duterte. The Vice President said she will not attend the President's third State of the Nation address or SONA on July 22. She also appointed herself as a designated survivor. Here's the report.
A designated survivor is a person chosen to ensure the continuity of the government if the President and other people in the presidential line of succession die. They are kept distant in an undisclosed secured area in events where top officials gather like State of the Union address. This concept was also popularized in the South Korean and American thriller series. This is what Vice President Sara Duterte appointed to herself in line with her announcement of skipping President Bongbong Marcos's State of the Nation address on July 22.
I will not attend the SONA. I am appointing myself as the designated survivor.
The House Secretary General has yet to receive an official confirmation of the Vice President's decision.
As of now, wala pa kaming na-receive na formal confirmation. Until we receive that confirmation, no, we assume that she is still going.
House Secretary General Reginald Velasco also believes the Vice President was just joking when she appointed herself as designated survivor.
Alam mo yung pamilya ni BP, mapagbiro eh. So, ang tingin ko, biro lang yun eh. Because under our laws, wala, or our constitution, the succession is already provided for in the constitution. So there is no such thing as designated survivor.
House Speaker Martin Romualdez said the Vice President has the right to skip the President's SONA. However, he insisted that government officials should show unity in events like this. Political analyst Richard Haydarian criticized VP Sara's statement. He said her statement about being the designated survivor is not painting a good image of the country.
Marami ibang analysts or marami mga mga observers, they will see this as something else, as potentially veiled threat, as the determination of mga Dutertes to constantly challenge the current administration or sow confusion and division. And overall, hindi ito maganda para sa Pilipinas. Naging mukhang telenovela yung politika natin.
Yeah, we know naman yung mga protocols nila on yung
Line of
succession.
succession.
Like also pag may event, di ba? If you notice that if the president and the vice president are attending the same event, they don't arrive at the same time. They don't leave at the same time. They leave at minutes apart. Pag may biyahe sa aeroplano, yung succession line, may separate flights. Yung executive secretary, Senate president, di ba? They have separate flights that are hours apart also to ensure na if anything bad happens, at least meron remaining down the succession line. Sa States kasi nagkaroon ng television show na Designated Survivor.
Kiefer Sutherland.
Yan. It provides, kasi the show is telling a story how the government provides in case po nagkaroon ng something bad were to happen, where all of the top government officials are together at sabay-sabay silang nawala, may isang survivor, appointed designated survivor. Usually daw, sabi nila, ang designated survivor, hindi niya alam siya yung designated survivor.
But in the States, meron talaga yan.
Meron silang designated survivor in the event na nagkaroon na some unforeseen circumstance na all the top officials in the same line of succession nawala. Meron isa.
Actually, if you can remember, si former Senator Ping Lacson has filed the bill regarding designated survivor. Pero sa Congress na yan parang winidraw ni former Congresswoman na Precious Hipolito, saying daw na baka daw kasi ma-misinterpret siya na alam naman daw niya na meron naman talagang yung line of succession within our constitution. So, ang natira na lang, of course, yung final na bill ni former Senator Panfilo Lacson, pero hindi siya nag-flourish nga at that time. So, he was calling at that time na sana mapasa nga daw yun.
Pero naintindihan ko yung...
Di ba, inevitable na...
Naintindihan ko kay Senator Ping Lacson kasi for some unforeseen circumstance, there are certain events like SONA or... Hindi mo alam where all of them might be together. It's something will happen.
Nung sinabi ni Vice President Sara Duterte, sabi ng mga tao, is that a threat?
No, it's not a threat. It's a joke. I mean, I understood naman the joke. In fairness to the Vice President, I understood the joke. And for sure, she watches it.
Yeah.
Diba? And number two, alam naman natin, you cannot appoint yourself a designated survivor.
Pero yun nga, nalilihis actually yung usapan doon sa hindi niya pagdating, doon sa pagsabi niya ng designated
I also understand
survivor. Yung hindi niya yung pagsasabi niya na hindi niya attend ng third
because designated survivor siya.
No, because ang reason niyan, 'di ba? Let's look at it bigger picture, 'di ba? Bigger perspective. This will really tawag doon, nail on the coffin, parang ganun, or puts a period in everything na talagang wala na talagang unity.
Yeah,
diba? Na talagang wala na.
In other words, kasi talagang by not attending for the first time the Sona. Oo. Well, historically naman, if the opposition vice president is
Hanggang
invited to
umpisa
Sona,
lang.
hindi naman siya pupunta. Yung first, malamang nandun siya kasi introductory.
First, second.
Pero I understand naman VP Sara if she's not going because
Yeah,
she's
alam mo
now, by resigning from the cabinet.
Alam mo na.
Yun lang siguro yung joke na
There's no turning back.
hindi ako pupunta kasi ako designated survivor.
Oo, di ba? Parang
hindi naman, hindi
nalililis
naman.
na. Pero yun nga,
it's a joke
sinasabi
lang.
nga ni House Secretary General
Yeah.
Reginald Velasco, wala pa silang formal letter from the Office of the
Acceptance
Vice
or rejection.
President. Tungkol dito nga sa kanyang pag-attend.
Pero
Pero
meron
siya
na-
na rin na nagsabi.
May verbal confirmation
Oo,
naman
na
siya
hindi
eh.
na siya pupunta. Kasi I remember yung Fursona nun, naka-yellow pa. If I'm not
Yes.
yung Fursona ba yun? Oo, naka-yellow
remember,
pa
basta
siya.
naka-yellow.
Tapos yung nakasuot siya na di ba? Silang dalawa ni First Lady naka-yellow.
But for context, siguro maganda yung mga viewers natin, they could watch the Designated Survivor to understand saan nanggagaling
Sabi nga nila,
ang joke.
dadami daw ngayon yung views
Oo.
sa streaming sa streaming, alam mo
Yes.
natin kung saan sinistream yun, yung series na yun.
Saan nanggagaling yung joke ng Vice President? Yun lang man, kayo naman eh. Diba?
Sabi nga ni Senator Ping Lacson, magandang soundbite yung ginawa ni Vice President
Itong age
Sara
ng
Duterte.
social media, may nagsasalita o joke o hindi joke ang isa, nagte-trend. Parang madaming dumalaw kay Rico yan kasi may nagsalita. Ito si Vice President, designated survivor. Ala! Nag-ano sa lahat. Yan, si Netflix natutuwa. Ay, Ayan.
Yan, yan pa yung siguro next week pag-usapan na rin natin yung
I'm
mga
sure
Sona
mga nganak tong mga issues
preparations,
plus
mga nganak to.
new issues
Sino kaya
approaching the
magiging
Sona.
flavor of the month by by August? Kasi iba-iba yung nagiging flavor of the month. Napansin mo?
Yeah.
Ngayong July si Rico yan. Nung May, June si Mayor Bamban. Iba-iba eh.
Ay, nako. Anyway.
Oo, pero syempre tayo, tuloy-tuloy lang yung pag-count.
And thank you pala sa Budas Belly
Of
kay Marjorie for sending
course.
itong mga pagkain. Kung walang bawas, huwag kayong mag-alala kasi after the show, doon namin uubusin. And that's a lot of viewers natin. Thank you very much for joining us on Brunch today. We will see each other again next week. Don't worry. May babating ka ba?
Oo. Si Gary Field ba?
Yes, nabati ko na kanina. Okay na?
Leo Abad. Yan. Yung mga hindi natin nabati kanina. Myra Sailin Talimay. Si Jerry Yang, who's also
Jerry
watching
Yang, of course.
right now.
Good morning, Jerry. And
Si
I'd like
Mother Earth.
and Mother Earth, of course, and all our family members. Thank you for supporting us. And with that, I'd like to leave everyone with a quote for the weekend. Coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. A quote by Henry Ford. Apparently,
Ang nangyari dito sa sa government natin, coming together lang.
Apparently, hindi nakinig ang unity team sa quote ni Henry Ford.
Hanggang dun lang sila sa first process, coming together.
And that wraps up today's episode of Brunch.
Join us again on Monday. I'm Angela Lagunsad Castro. And he is Angelo Castro III. We are One News. Go all sides all the time. See you on Monday.